Hi there, this is Craig Beck from StopDrinkingExpert.com. Welcome into today's video on what may be dubbed by many to be Black Monday. Who knows how it's going to go? There's a lot of financial turmoil around at the moment. I just made a video on my other YouTube channel because cryptocurrencies are just absolutely free falling overnight. There's problems with one of the lending platforms. A lot of good, honest, hardworking people will have lost a lot of money if this goes south. And it got me thinking that in these dark times, whether it's to do with losing money or losing loved ones or any times of human trauma, there seems to be this Hollywood-induced myth that alcohol is the go-to solution. Have you noticed this? When you're watching movies and TV, if something bad happens, what's the first thing that people do? Or what's the first thing that people say? They say things like, oh, I need a stiff drink. When someone suffers trauma, a tragedy, what do people around them do? They call out, don't they? Pour him a brandy. Get this guy a brandy. And they have you sip brandy. Why? Why is this myth there? Because the one worst thing you can have in a time of deep emotional unrest is a depressant that retards your ability to think. When life turns and twists and you find yourself in a precarious position, the last thing you need is to drink a mild anesthetic that renders you incapable of having access to all of your faculties. It's a bizarre, it's almost like humanity has agreed that when there is a big fire, the absolute first thing you should do is throw a bucket of petrol on it, or a bucket of gasoline for my American friends. That's the best thing you can do. Throw some gasoline on the fire. Absolutely nonsensical. It's like 2 + 2 = 347. There is no logic behind it at all. Because, look, if you're suffering at the moment, if you're struggling financially, and that could be a variety of things going on at the moment. It could be the price of petrol, the price of gas. If you're struggling to get to work and back because you can't afford to fill your car with petrol, or you had all your life savings in the stock market and you're looking at the screen in front of you and you're seeing just red numbers everywhere, or whether you had cryptocurrencies and you put all your savings into cryptocurrencies and now you're thinking, oh my God, what am I going to do? The last thing you should be doing is drinking something that will depress your intelligence and make you make stupid decisions. In these moments, you need 100% of your brain power. You need to be able to look at whatever's going on in your life and think with clarity, to do a risk assessment, to make a decision about what your next step is. And often in these times, the next best step is nothing. It's just not to do anything. It's just to stay still and watch. Because when there's panic going on around you, you don't want to be joining in with the panic. That generally leads to bad outcomes. Now, if you've got alcohol in your system in this situation, you're not going to make the best decision. In fact, I'll go as far as to say, if you want a surefire way to ensure that you make bad decisions, have alcohol in your life. Alcohol will ensure that you make bad decision after bad decision after bad decision, because you only have at best 70% of your brain capacity. That's why I always talk about, one of the benefits of quitting drinking is not what you expect. You expect certain things when you quit drinking. You expect to feel better, don't you? You expect to save a bit of money because you're not buying a couple of bottles of wine every night. You expect, your relationships to improve, maybe, because, you've been having arguments and things about your drinking. You've stopped drinking, so you kind of expect that to happen. But what you don't expect is this gradual acceleration of your performance in all areas of life. You find that you're earning more money, and you don't really know how you're doing it. You put it down to luck. You think, wow, I've been lucky in this last year since I quit drinking. I've had 2 pay rises. I got a bonus from the boss. Phew, I've been lucky this year. You start getting promotions at work. Your own business starts doing better numbers. You start beating the competition. And it's easy to not give that credit to sobriety. But I know absolutely that alcohol just puts the brakes on what you have up here. And remember, success is not gauged by what you do compared to other people. Because if you do that, you're always going to feel depressed, because you're always going to be able to find someone who's richer than you or more successful than you or has a bigger house than you. That's not the gauge of success. How you measure success is what you've achieved compared to what you could have achieved if you were operating at 100% of your ability. And if you've got alcohol in your life, you're nowhere near 100%. You're barely nudging 70%. So I just want to encourage you that when times turn hard, like they are at the moment, for whatever reason, whether it's financial, emotional, or physical, remember these words. If you want to make your current situation worse, add alcohol. If you want to make it better, remove alcohol. That is a stone cold fact. It's not even debatable. There is no traumatic event that alcohol will make better. Not one. So if times are hard right now for you, give yourself the biggest gift that you can give yourself. And that is to start on that journey to sobriety. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, we have a live stream on Wednesday, as usual, starting 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you are ready to take that first step into sobriety and give yourself that amazing gift of 100% brain power, then the next step is to book yourself on today's free Quit Drinking webinar. And I will see you, hopefully, in the members area where we can start this course together. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Discover the world's most successful and respected online quit drinking program today.
It's different to anything you can find out there, and it gives you real mental freedom from the clutches of alcohol.
Craig Beck helps you understand what alcohol does to you, how it works. I always recommend him to anybody.
It's just so worth it. Why did I waste all those years?
Are you finally ready to take action? Your sober journey begins 11 a.m. Sunday. Reserve your space at my next free Quit Drinking webinar.